Karen, why do brides choose the Balsams? Because I know you do a lot of weddings.
Our fairy tale setting,
Okay.
our award-winning cuisine, and just that we have everything at their disposal, from hair to flowers to the beautiful backdrop.
And now, things we don't have, you have vendors and suppliers for.
Yes, all contacts.
Now, the Balsams is Travel and Leisure Magazine's top-rated resort in the world in its rate class.
Yes.
And what you're telling me is that for a fixed price, they actually can buy out the resort, take it over, and have exclusive use for their wedding.
Yes, we have our ski mountain in the winter, so they would have skiing
Right.
during the day, and then they could have their wedding in the ballroom.
So if they did a December wedding, they would have the Christmas ornaments. Between Christmas and New Year's, I know we are sold out. But if they came earlier in December or in January, we would sell the entire property out for a certain rate. They could basically take over the hotel and make it their own.
Yes.
If someone were to have a wedding here, how many people can you sit at various sized round tables?
We can have a plated wedding meal for about 160 guests.
All right.
Between 160 and 170 comfortably.
Okay.
For a buffet, I would say 150.
And you can seat in 6s and 10s and...
6s and 8s.
Okay, and then I imagine right in the front there, this is beautifully staged and tiered.
Yes.
And that's very popular, isn't it, with the brides?
Yes, we find that the brides like it more since they can see, all their guests can see all the way down instead of being obstructed by...
Yeah, being in a flat kind of layout and everything. Now, if they want an early wedding...
The meal would have to be between 3 and 5 in our main dining room.
So use the dining room.
That would seat up to 300 guests.
And then typically here, you can do that at any time?
Yes. The more popular time frame is between 6 and 8.
6 and 8, okay. And then they can have, I know there's a bandstand in the front, so we can have music in here. Now, if they're using this room, we use the John Dick Social for their reception, or...
The upper lawn.
We can use upper lawn in the summer, and in the winter we would use...
The John Dick Social room.
Now, the upper lawn has a beautiful view. You see the Dixville Notch from there, so you have that beautiful cliff in the background. That is really a spectacular view. So, Karen, we have an upper limit, but there really isn't a lower limit.
No, we have our hail room that can seat anywhere. I've had weddings of 15 to 55 people in there, and they can be self-contained. It's a beautiful room, white and red.
So if you wanted to have an intimate, small wedding, I remember we had a gentleman and a woman who were married a little bit later in life. They just wanted close friends. They wanted something very intimate. They got married in front of the fireplace in the John Dick's room, and then they went into the hail room, right? And they had...
Yes.
It was very small, very private. We gave them privacy. You actually can close the doors there, so they have it to themselves.
Right, with all of their guests, and they can go into the hotel through the door, so they don't have to go through the main dining room. So they're not seen by the other guests that are at the hotel, so it's totally private.
Totally private.